Greetings, everyone. It's your favorite demented pink bunny, DJ Odyssey, and well, it's rant time. Yeah, let's have a little rant. And you know what sets me off? It's that little website called the Mary Sue. Yeah, the Mary Sue loves to set me off. And let's go right to the little story here that I picked up, and it would be the only reason to remake The Princess Bride would be to gender swap and diversify it. Yeah. From this weird. Let's see who this is. Some weirdo. Kalia. Hale Stern. Whoever. Yeah, whatever. We don't care who you are. You're an idiot. Anyway, let's go through this little story. Yeah, we got to go back to the picture though because Andre rocked. Anyway, let's get rid of that stupid thing. There arose a mighty furor on social media driven by fans and celebrities alike at the news that Sony Pictures had heard pitches to remake Rob Reiner's classic 1987 funny fairy tale, The Princess Bride. With a script by Princess Bride author William Goldman, the movie is often regarded as one of the best book-to-film adaptations ever, and it is a revered cult classic for many fans. Okay, she included herself. As far as I can see, there's no call whatsoever for the Princess Bride do-over unless the studio intends to radically change all the characters' dynamics and hugely diversify the cast. And there it is, folks. There it is. A perfectly good movie, perfectly done, but this little SJW can see that it could be radically changed. While it appears for now the remake is all rumor, no formal plans, the noise, attention, and blanket media coverage this kicked up could motivate a studio to eventually greenlight just such an endeavor. Well, I wouldn't go see it. And if any studio picked it up, that'd be slapped around in the chops. I'm here to argue that if a remake happens, it has to flip everything we know about The Princess Bride on its head. And there you have it, folks. They can't come up with anything new, so these idiots think that everything should be flipped on its head. Any Princess Bride that tries to simply recast the original and reshoot on a large scale is doomed for failure. Well, I'll tell you what, little lady. It's doomed for failure if you reshoot it and flip everything around. But you're too damn stupid to figure it out. We don't need flashy special effects. I don't need to see a rodent of unusual size played by Andy Serkis in a motion capture suit. Part of the charm of The Princess Bride is simply silliness and earnest camp with which it is shot and staged. Well, yeah, that's it. That's why you don't need to remake the damn thing. You don't need to gender swap nothing. You don't need to flip everything on its head. Just leave the damn thing alone. Taking this story too seriously, pouring giant Hollywood budget resources into a set piece and computer-generated bits is unnecessary and would only spark bitter, nostalgia-laced comparisons to the original. That's right. You're saying it yourself. There's no reason to do it, but you're also saying that you'd like to see it done, all flipped around? Oh, these SJW idiots. She goes on to say, I also believe any attempt to recapture the comic alchemy of the actors is a straight redo is bound to fail. Well, of course it would be. The cast felt like a lightning in a bottle with a young Robin Wright's fresh-faced innocence to Peter Falk's mischievous grandfather to Wallace Shawn's incomparable Vizini. Inconceivable! And there will never, can never be another Andre the Giant. No, there can't. The only Princess Bride remake she'd accept is if the intent is to dramatically alter its current form. First of all, the original movie is painfully, blindingly white. So you're a racist and you don't like white people. Is that what you're trying to tell me there, Kalia Hale Stern? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You don't like white people? Because I think that's what you're telling me when you say it's painfully, blindingly white. I'm guessing that's what you're telling me. This would... Oh, wait a minute. Actually, The Princess Bride, if you kind of think of the movie, kind of took place where? Somewhere in England? Europe? I'm a little fuzzy on it. It's been a long while since I watched it. But you would basically consider it that area since there was castles and stuff. It was nothing but white people living there. There was very, very few minorities at all anywhere in Europe at that time. So yeah, they would be white. Duh! This would need to be the first element upgrade for the 21st century. No, it wouldn't. There's no reason why any character in the new Princess Bride couldn't be a person of color. And a fantastically diverse cast. And we know what the diverse cast means. We know that's code. That's a dog whistle. They're talking more than just color there. That's a dog whistle when they say a diverse cast. Especially for heroic Wesley. She's already picturing John Boyega. And you can't stop me. Well, I can. I can stop you right now because it's not going to happen. Hush up, woman. Yeah, I said it. I got the testosterone going because you're trying to screw up another movie that's perfectly done. Every principal character, Wesley Buttercup, Princess Humperdinck, Inigo Montoya, every single one of these could benefit from a diversity of casting. Really? Inigo Montoya was supposed to be Spanish. That's already a diversity right there. What are you gonna do? Change him to, I don't know, hell, I can't even come up with something right now. But what? He's Spanish. He's on the search for the six-fingered man. What the hell? Oh. Anyway. The only characters that need to go unchanged are Miracle Max and his wife Valerie. Because any studio that did not bring back legends Billy Crystal and Carol Kane to those roles does not deserve to be making movies. Well, there I can actually agree with you. But what would further permit the idea of the new Princess Bride for a new century to take root in my head is many of the roles are gender swapped. There you go, gender swapping. Again, this could be done with all the primary characters without losing an overarching storyline, but I'm mostly concerned with Buttercup and Wesley here. In the original film, Buttercup is largely a passive character. The story may be titled after her, or at least what Humperdinck wants to make of her, but the plot tends to happen around Buttercup. It's not advanced by her. Buttercup is the goal, a pawn, a means to the ends. She's carted about for a good portion of the movie like so much treasure to be won or lost. and then spends the second half moping drearily around the castle. The only bold action she gets to take, other than pushing Wesley down the hill, is when she decides to take her own life by escaping Marion Humperdinck. Wesley's arrival prevents this, and of course, but the fact of the matter is that Buttercup is kind of princess that feels outdated. Oh, it's like tearing my throat up. Anyway, that feels outdated. Why? It's a story about back then. That's what the stories were about. She's in constant need of rescue. She's also the only main female character, with Valerie and the Queen there in passing scenes. So the simplest fix is to shake up the entire Princess Bride dynamic, is to make Wesley a woman and Buttercup a man. Let's go for the Prince Groom. Or make my wildest dreams come true and let Wesley be a woman and keep Buttercup a woman and make it queer. There it is! Right there, folks. What I alluded to earlier, just put in writing right there. Yeah. Not happy. Any of these people are not happy without having a queer character in every freaking movie possible. Hey, if it's written good, but why would you change an existing character that is not and make them so? Oh, yeah. Yep, I called it, folks, because when I do these little things, I don't read the story first. I just look at the headline, and then I decide to rant about it, and I find out as I go. But I can pretty much guess where it's going to go, because this is the freaking Mary Sue. They have a bunch of freaking morons. It's just... oh, yeah. Just as in the case of casting diversity, changing the character's gender works particularly well with the story. A woman could easily be a farm girl. Then the woman in black, the dread Pirate Roberts, an expert swords person, and brilliant strategist bent on saving their old love from nefarious clutches. So, you read that, and basically they want to make all the men stupid as hell, and it's only the women that are smart. There we go. That one fits right in their little check marks. There's nothing particularly gendered about Wesley's trajectory in a fantasy world where people can take magical pills to come back from the dead, and a male Buttercup works perfectly well in the fictional kingdom of Florin, where Princess Humperdinck is plotting with the evil six-fingered Countess Rugen. For that matter, there's no reason we couldn't have a Lady Visico Indigo. Yeah, say she just wants them all ladies. At the very least, some of them could be women without sacrificing an ounce of Goldman's vision. Well, yeah, you could. It would sacrifice the whole vision because he wrote the book in a specific vision. Not for you to gender swap. Not for you to diversitize. No, not all in any of this shit. And yes, she's already predicted what I would do. The yelling I can already hear from some corners of the internet is this concept should tell you something. First of all, if you find yourself thinking that the idea of a male Buttercup moping around the place while his lady love swashbuckles to save him is ridiculous, ask yourself why that's perfectly fine in the reverse. Because that's how the book was wrote, stupid. That's how the book was wrote, stupid. Ask yourself why the audience should have to watch a helpless woman in peril waiting while the men save the day yet again. Wait a minute. Time out. Time out. You just said a little bit ago that you were hoping that both characters were female. So one of them would be helpless, still waiting around? being saved? But you only find it offensive if it's a male coming to save the woman? Yeah, we know all about you. Uh-huh. We can see right through your little covers. If the idea of gender swapping the supported characters of Indigo, Fezzik, or Rugen feels upsetting, consider how it feels to watch this movie in formative years and see no women at all except Buttercup languishing it. Well then, if you sit there and you feel so offended and you feel so bad about it, you don't watch the movie. Go watch something else that fits your narrative. Go watch something else. You don't have to watch it. No one's forcing you to watch it, little girl. No one's gonna force you to watch it. You could go watch something else. You could make something else up in your head. There's plenty of space up there because it's freaking empty. Oh, and even Carrie come out against this whole thing. And of course, there's people ragging on him now. When it comes down to it, I'm mostly with the original Wesley. No, you're not. You're not, because you just went through this whole damn article that you wrote saying how you'd like to drastically change it. So you're not mostly with him. You're mostly against him, and you want to see your little reboot. I think The Princess Bride is perfect the way it is. It doesn't need to be altered. It doesn't need to be changed. It doesn't need to be rebooted. You twit! Anyway, I think I'm done ranting for the day because my throat's getting a little sore again. It's still not over all this shit. This nasty shit hangs on forever, but... Anyway, this has been your Demented Pink Bunny, DJ Odyssey. And if you liked the little video, give it a like. Give it a share. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighborhood. I don't know. Tell your neighborhood bully or something. I don't care who you tell. Just tell them. Pass this video along to them. Let them know all about it. Hey, give me a thumbs up if you do. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed, but I'm sure the way YouTube is, nobody that's not subscribed to my channel is actually seeing this, unless you happen to share it with somebody. So hey, I'm out of here. Have a good one, folks. The bunny will return.